Welcome back to Fun Valley, everybody. Yes, the wind is howling again. It picked up during the first game. Now it's blowing a good 25 miles per hour steady with gusts over 30. Steve Carpenter with you as we get set for game number 2. The Blue Dragons defeated Barton 7-1 in game number 1. Megan Davis picking up her 6th win of the year, her 5th complete game. A.J. Briones and Taylor Ullery, 3 hits each, 3 RBIs for Marissa Rollin. And it was Brent Stockman extended her hit streak to 9 games. Let's get to the game 2 starting lineups as the Dragons are about to take the field. And this one's going to be a little tougher to broadcast, and the wind really picked up. First for the Cougars, Jalen Carter will lead it off. She'll be the designated player in game number 2. Nasadia Salazar will bat second and play right field. Haley Pop is at second base batting third. Batting fourth is the shortstop, Betsy Parmley. Batting fifth will be the catcher, Maggie Schutz. Brooke McCullough bats sixth and plays first base. Batting seventh is the center fielder, Jade Phillips. Batting eighth is Jaden Solberg playing left field. And batting ninth, Alexis Sharples playing third base. Emma Horsch gets the start in the circle for the Cougars. So Coach Tyler Gunnelson lines up Carter, Salazar, Pop Parmley, Schutz, McCullough, Phillips, Solberg, Sharples, and Emma Horsch in the circle. For the Blue Dragons, it will be Taylor Ullery in right field. Leading off, batting second, Alexis Way in center field. Catcher Kiera DeCrane bats third. She's the catcher. Pitcher and designated player Marissa Rollin bats fourth. Batting fifth is the first baseman, Ashley Wilson. Batting sixth in left field, Brent Stockman. A.J. Briones bats seventh and plays third base. Caitlin Schumacher bats eighth and is in the shortstop. And Shelby Felvis gets the start at second base, batting ninth. So for the Dragons, it's Ullery, Way, DeCrane, Rollin, Wilson, Schumacher, or Stockman, Briones, Schumacher, Felvis. And late, the freshman Marissa Rollin takes her last warm-up toss. She got the win Sunday against Seward County. 5-1 record for Rollin and a 2.18 earned run average. Starting just her third game, she's coming back from injury. Both her starts have been complete games. 9th overall appearance, 33 innings pitched, 31 hits allowed, 9 runs, 8 earned allowed, 25 strikeouts and 7 walks. And opponents hitting 235 against. She'll go against the Cougar lineup, batting .376 coming into this afternoon. Barton held to 7 hits in the first game against Megan Davis. And here we go, game number 2, check swing foul. Underway at 5:27 p.m. Thanks for joining us here on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. We are underway. Game number 2, the Dragons win the first game 7-1. Rollins pitch, slides foul out of play, 0-2. Barton now a game and a half out of first place in the Jayhawk East at 16-3. The pitch, rise ball misses way high. We did get some confirmation on Beanie Luddick. She's out with an injury. Could play today, but Jamie Rose taking some precautions. 1-2 pitch from Rollin. Called strike 3. That was over the outer half, not just the corner, but over the outer half. Strikeout number 1 for Rollin. That'll bring up Nadecia Salazar, the right fielder. Salazar in the first game had 2 hits and 3 trips. She also walked once. Rollin into the line and delivers. Strike at the knees. It was a very beautiful afternoon at 3 p.m. when we first got started. Temperature about 82 degrees. Winds 15 miles per hour out of the south, but that's gone up. Overcast skies, the pitch. Over but low for a ball, 1-1. Oh, they actually called it a strike. My apologies. 0-2. Pitch misses, 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count. Hutchinson out-hit Barton 12-7 in the first game. The pitch upstairs, 2-2. Let me make sure that's correct. 10-7. Dragons had 4 doubles, 2 from Briones, 1 from Stockman, 1 from Ullery. 2-2 delivery. Slice foul. Now I can bring out the Jim Cantori jokes because it feels like a hurricane. 2-2 from Rollin. Solo hit ground ball left side, scooped up by Schumacher. She throws, low throw. Wilson can't hold on the stretch. It'll be a throwing error on Kaylin Schumacher. We're going to give that a hit on that slow hit ball. That'll be an infield single for Salazar. We'll correct that. I'll bring up the second baseman, Haley Pop. Pop in the first game 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. 6 home runs for Pop on the season. Came in hitting .490. 4 home runs, 26 RBIs. 1-0. Strike outside corner. One sliced out of play. Taking a shot at my photographer, Bree Rogers. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Haley Popper in her first. Dragons in the first game scored single runs in the first and second, broke the game open with a 5-run 4th inning. Megan Davis tied a season high with 6 strikeouts. The pitch, way high, 2-2. Somewhat dispersed after game number 1. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball slowly hit to Felvis. Only play will be to first in time. Salazar moves up to second, but Pop retired for out number 2. That'll bring up shortstop Betsy Parmalee. Parmalee 1 for 3 in the first game. She struck out once. Season hitting .463, slugging .832, 8 home runs, 40 RBIs. Pitch taken a little bit low for a ball. Parmalee in the first 2 games against Hutchinson on March 9th. The first game was 3 for 4 with a home run and 3 RBIs. There's a strike outside corner, and it's 1-1. And in the second game of that doubleheader scored by Barton, had a 3-run home run. Pitch. Ground ball off the glove. That's going to skid her into center field. Rounding third, Salazar. And Barton has their first lead of the afternoon on an RBI single by Parmalee, her 41st RBI of the year. Barely clipped the glove of Rollin. Second baseman Shelby Felvis couldn't get to it. So the Dragons give up a first inning run, which is nothing unusual for this team. Here's catcher Maggie Schutz playing game number 1. Schutz hitting .346, a couple of home runs, 10 RBIs. Pitch is a strike. Outside for a 1-1. another set of eyes. Todd Moore back in his office watching the stream. Always appreciate the extra set of eyes. 2-1 now the count to shoot. Marissa Rollin got to a rough start Sunday in Seward County. Gave up a couple of runs in the first, one in the second that settled in. A couple of runs in the first. Almost corked to center field. Long comes away. It's going to drop in front of her just over Kaylin Schumacher. Shoots didn't get a whole lot of it. So it drops into center field. 3 hits in the inning. 2 coming with 2 out. And now it'll be Brooke McCullough. Brooke had a rough first game. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. That's a strike on the outside corner. It's kind of a 23 pitch inning for Marissa. And she's battling back from a multitude of injuries that she incurred over the fall and early spring. Slated to be the Dragons' #1 starter this year. This was still working back into shape. That's a rise ball, chased and missed. And McCullough's down on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. High and tight. That was a purpose pitch. Actually, looking at Marissa's reaction with a big smile, I think it was a purpose pitch. That's the one that got away, so we'll see what happens here. Now the 1-2. Curveball. Kiara DeCrane tried to frame it. Couldn't get the call. Now it's 2-2 to McCullough. Dragons now just a game under 500 at 14-15, 9-10 in the Jayhawk East. Barton 22-10 and 16-3. Cued off the end of the bat, foul. We'll do it again. 27 pitches in the inning now. We saw Megan Davis roll up 134 pitches in her complete game performance in game #1. Again, pitch counts in softball not as watched or important, considered as important. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3, and that'll be the inning. 1 run, 3 hits for the Cougars, and after a half inning, it's Barton 1. Hutchinson coming up. Welcome back to Fun Valley, everybody. Steve Carpenter with you. 1 scoring change at the top of the first. Ignacio Salazar's infield hit was changed to an error, so it'll be an unearned run to Marissa Rollin, but it still counts. Barton leads 1-0. My thanks to Barton SID and very good friend Todd Moore for being that extra set of eyes. Sometimes you're doing 5 different things at once. You don't get a clear look sometimes at every play. they're trying to hold computers down and stuff like that. Here's Taylor Ullery, a 3-hit game in game number 1, including a double. Updated numbers for Taylor. First, the pitch is high and tight inside. Taylor was 3 for 3, 2 runs scored, a double, and a walk. She was on base all 4 times. The pitch. A little bit low, 2-0. Ullery now hitting .365, 5 home runs, 14 driven in. That one's roped down the left field line, just foul. Emma Horsch already has a victory over Hutchinson this year. It happened on March 9th in the 16-7 Game 2 win. Horsch 6-3 with 5 complete games and a 4.79 earned run average. The pitch. Low and in. 3-1 to Taylor Ullery, the Dragon leadoff batter. Horsch 57 innings pitched, 69 hits, 59 runs, 39 earned, 50 strikeouts, but 40 walks. She's also allowed 6 home runs. 3-1 pitch. It's a strike, outside corner, full count. And Horsch was the winning pitcher. She gave up 4 early runs and then gave up 3 runs over the final 5 innings. Payoff pitch. Hard hit ground ball to left field. That's a base hit. So a 4-hit afternoon for Taylor Ullery. Bouncing single through the 5-6 hole. That'll bring up Alexis Way. Alexis now hitting .379. That's 3rd on the team. 36 total hits, 3 doubles, 2 triples, 15 runs batted in. On base percentage of .459. In game number 1, Alexis was 0 for 4, runs scored in an RBI. She takes inside, ball 1. And the other doubleheader of interest today, Independence at Pratt. Pratt won the first game at Lemon Park. Indy was up 3-1 last check in the 4th inning of game number 2. That'd be advantageous for the Dragons, who now jump past Independence with that loss by Indy and the win here. Dragons currently in 3rd place in the Jayhawk East. Top 4 teams of the 5 go to Region 6. That's why this weekend's games, Friday against Pratt and Sunday against Independence here, the Dragons can win 3 out of 4 of those, especially sweep Pratt. They'd be in great shape. 1-2 pitch, grounded right back to the pitcher. Horsch spins to second for 1, back to first, safe. So a good turn. Betsy Parmley playing short this game. We'll set the Barton defense here for you in just a moment. There were several changes. One away for catcher Kiera DeCrane. Key taking over for Benny Luddick today. Luddick nursing a leg injury. Could have played, but Jamie Rose didn't want to take any chances. First pitch to Key is inside. DeCrane 0 for 3 with a run scored, hit by a pitch and struck out once. That hit by pitch, somewhat in question. I found it humorous. Key swings and fouls it out of play. One and one the count to DeCrane. DeCrane hitting .364, a couple of home runs, 7 RBIs. Ground ball, and that's in the left field for a hit. Way will stop at second. Key drives one through the left side. Second hit of the inning. And now, pitcher Marissa Rawlin. How strong was that wind gust? It just closed my computer screen. about 2/3 of the way. High fly ball to left field. This has a chance and gone. 3-run home run, Marissa Rollin. The Dragons take a 3-1 lead. First pitch swinging was Marissa. Second home run of the year. 6th RBI of the dub. 4th, 5th, and 6th RBIs of the doubleheader. Horsch susceptible to the home run ball. We mentioned that going through her numbers. And she just gives up her 7th round tripper of the year. The 25th allowed by Barton pitching. And the Blue Dragons quickly lead at 3-1. Here's Ashley Wilson, the freshman first baseman. Ashley, 316 average, 2 home runs, 16 RBIs. So right now, until do we have it back? Okay, we're back up live with the video. That was nutty. 2-1 the count to Ashley Wilson. It came through the netting and landed right to the right of Selena, right on top of the camera pack and knocked out the power cord. So the camera went out. Now we get back, settled down here, and it's a 3-1 count to Ashley Wilson. Marissa Rollins, 3-run home run to left. A little pop up right to the pitcher, Horsch, and there's 2 away. Horsch jammed Ashley right in the kitchen sink. It was a nice, easy catch for her. Now Bryn Stockman. 9-game hitting streak for Bryn. Bryn in game number 1, 1 of 4, a double, and extended her hit streak, longest of any Dragon this year, to 9 games. Still looking for a home run. Pops this one up. The wind should blow it out of play, and does. Bryn's last home run, March 9th, game number 1 at Barton. It's now a span of 22 games. 3 home runs on the year. The pitch. Bryn wouldn't chase a rise ball, and it's 1-1. She got up to a great. She had 2 home runs in the opening series against NOC Eden. And in the conference opener hit a home run and hasn't homered since. Still one of the team's best hitters. Ground ball right back to Horsch in the circle. She'll fire to first. With a little bit of disgust behind that throw, giving up the home run ball. 3 runs, 3 hits. Rollin the big bomb, a 3-run home run. After 1, Dragons 3, the Cougars 1. After 6 innings down at Lemon Park in Pratt, Independence has a 10-5 lead over Independence. So looks like the Pirates and Beavers are going to split that doubleheader which helps the Blue Dragons out. Again, Hutchinson was supposed to play Pratt on Saturday here. Jamie Rose is moving that up a day. And then we'll still play Independence, field conditions and weather permitting, on Sunday. We'll have all 4 games for you here on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Top of the second rolls around. It's a big cut and a miss at the first offering from Marissa Rollin by center fielder Jade Phillips. Bottom third of the order here in the Cougars second. Phillips, Solberg, and Sharples. That rise ball misses. Marissa was fishing to see if Phillips would chase again up top. Count even at 1-1. Pitch popped up, left field, wind blowing it into foul territory. Brent Stockman chases it down for out number 1. Anything hit up in the air, especially toward left, is going to blow Brent Stockman's or Jaden Solberg's right. That one had a good 25 feet of movement from where Bryn initially had it tracked to where she actually caught it. Now Jaden Solberg. One out here in the top of the second. Wide to the pitch. Curveball upstairs, ball 1. There's a swing and a miss. Solberg in the first game 0 for 3 with a strikeout. The pitch. That changeup got away. 2-1. Came out of her hand really funny. Maybe that pitch didn't have a chance. 2-1 to Solberg. The pitch. Strike outside corner. Barton, a .376 team coming in, averaging almost 9 runs per game. The pitch. Struck her out on a rise ball. 2 up and 2 down here in the Barton second for third baseman Alexis Sharples. 404 hitter coming in. Sharples 1 for 3 in the first game. Hitting from the left side. We apologize for all the wind. We are in an open air facility here in Fun Valley. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Ground it right back to Marissa Rollin in the circle. Easy throw to first. And it's a very quiet 1-2-3, top of the second for the Cougars. Head to the bottom of the second. Dragons 3, Cougars 1. In case you're wondering, Blue Dragon Baseball has also shifted its weekend series with the Pratt Beavers. Initially, it was supposed to be a Thursday, Saturday First two at Pratt, Saturday's games at Hobart Detter. That is now Friday, Sunday. And all four of those games, or at least the games, the last two games will be televised or streamed live by the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Here's AJ Briones to lead off the bottom of the second. 3-1 Hutch on the power of Marissa Rollins' second home run of the year, a 3-run bomb. AJ coming off a 3-hit game, including a couple of doubles. She drove in a pair. Briones now hitting .270 with 20 total hits, no home runs, 11 RBIs. And Emma Horsch hits the outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1 to the Dragon third baseman. Popped up, shallow left toward the line. Parmley giving chase. Nice running catch in foul territory by the Cougar shortstop, Betsy Parmley. One away. That was not an easy catch in this wind. She had a long run. She was deep at short and tracked that thing down a good 40 feet behind third base bag and about 6 feet off the foul line. Great running catch, one away. Now Kaylin Schumacher looking for her first hit of the doubleheader. She's 0 for 4 and takes a called strike. Schumacher hitting .244. Her next hit will be her 20th of the year. She has 4 doubles and 6 driven in. 14 runs scored for Caitlin. Takes a pitch low and in for a ball. Never did set the Barton defense for you. My apologies. Let's do that now. Jaden Solberg in left. Jade Phillips in center. Sadia Salazar in right. That was the same from the first game. Alexis Sharples is still at third, but Betsy Parmley takes over for Jalen Carter at short. Kaylin Pop at second. Schumacher turns on one foul, is now down to the count 1-2. We got Pop at second, Brooke McCullough at first. Maggie Schutz getting the start behind the dish, and Emma Horsch in the circle. Cougars using the wristband signal system. The pitch, called strike 3. Horsch absolutely painted the outside corner. First strikeout for Horsch, 2 away. Bases empty for second baseman Shelby Felvis. Shelby in the first game was 0 for 2. Drew a walk, stole a base, and scored a run. She takes outside, ball 1. Now the sun has burned back through the overcast. In fact, there's a clear line just basically almost right over Fun Valley. So the sun's come out, and at this time of the day will be tough for the left side of the defensive alignment. 3-0 to Felvis. And just looking back, I just noticed the sun. I look back over to my right shoulder, and it is all blue sky behind that cloud line. So that's maybe the, I don't want to say the calm before the storm, but maybe the clear before the storm. I don't think Hutch is supposed to be damaged too much by that storm. Taking all the way, Felvis. It's a strike from Horsch, 3-1. Saturday's event, whatever it may be, sounds like Hutchinson might get more precip, maybe a little white stuff. 3-1 pitch, that's a walk to Felvis. So a 2-out walk to Shelby, and it's back to the top of the order, and Taylor Olery. We're kind of in that same setup as the game number 1, where Felvis worked a walk and then stole a base. Olery singled, now 4 hits on the afternoon. She's been on base in every plate appearance here in the doubleheader. Pitch low and in, nice scoop by Maggie Schutz for ball 1. 3-1 Dragons here, bottom of the second. And apologies for the wind. There's a strike. 1-1 the count to Taylor. Ullery now 24 hits, 5 doubles, a triple, 5 RBI, or 5 home runs and 14 RBIs. Gets this one up down the left field line. The wind is going to push it well out of play. That started well fair. And Jaden Solberg just kept chasing it and ran out of room. We were about 12 feet above ground level. I can't imagine what it is at about 50 feet with this wind the way it is. 1-2 pitch. Wood chase Rachel. Runner goes and it's a stolen base. Ball gets into center field. But Shelby Felvis steals her third base of the year. Second of the afternoon. We'll see if the Dragons can cash in. Now a 2-out RBI opportunity for Taylor Ullery. Wide in the pitch. She chases one up and pops one up. Again, the wind's going to catch this one and take it well out of play, high up into the third base stands. Barton scored one in the top of the first. Dragons immediately answer with Marissa Rollins' 3-run home run in the bottom of the frame. Now a 2-out RBI opportunity for the Dragon leadoff hitter Taylor Ullery. The pitch. Curveball outside, and the count is run full, 3-2. Todd, if you're listening in still, I have not told any incriminating stories to the team about you. So the pitch. Got her swing, a good rise ball, and that'll do it in the Dragons' second. Dragons can't do anything with the 2-out walk and stolen base by Shelby Felvis. On to the third, 3-1 Hutchinson. Top of the order due up for the Barton Cougars here in inning number 3. Hutchinson won the first game by the score of 7-1. League game 2, 3-1. Steve Carpenter with you. And a very blustery Fun Valley. Jalen Carter took a call third in her first appearance against Marissa Rollins. And there's a strike at the bell out her half. 39 pitches, 26 strikes now from Marissa Rollins. Worked a very quiet 1-2-3 after a touch-and-go first inning where she allowed a run and 3 hits. Rise ball misses, and it's 1-1. Well, it's going to be a very busy weekend on Saturday, very busy Saturday in particular for us here. The pitch. Ooh, not sure where that one missed. 2-1 though. And we were supposed to have Blue Dragon softball here against Pratt, Blue Dragon baseball at Hobart Deader against Pratt, and then the Big Kansas Classic All-Star games at the Sports Arena. 3-1 now. The one thing that Megan Davis did in game number 1 was get the first Barton batter out. She only allowed one leadoff runner to reach, and that was in the 1 inning that she allowed the 1 run. Pitching on the hands, fouled back. Baseball, softball, the 2 Mid-Kansas All-Star games, but now Dragon softball moved up a day to Friday. Dragon baseball moved back a day to Sunday. Looking to see some areas good senior high school talent come on out to the sports arena for the Mid-Kansas Classic. Foul back again. Carter alive at 3-2. Leading off the top of the 3rd. Our PA man here, Scott Brooks, will be doing the PA for that game. Those games. Pitch. Got her swinging on her ice ball. Good comeback for Marissa Rollin. 3 strikeouts now. She's retired 5 in a row. For Nasadia Salazar, the right fielder, who reached on an error and scored her first time up. Played a short, fairly slow hit ball that Kaylin Schumacher charged. Swung through and missed, 0-1. Throw was low. Initially scored an error, then we changed to a hit, now we changed it back to an error. Dragons have 59 errors for the year. We've been fielding 934. Change up, never had a chance, and it's 1-1. Dragons have returned to Division I this year. They played Barton the last few years as a Division II team. The pitch hit around the right field line, already giving chase, but it slices foul. That's 1-2. Last year, and I know Todd Moore will get a chuckle out of this because I tell this story a lot, but last year was the rare triple header at Great Bend, where softball was in Great Bend and the 2 Blue Dragon basketball teams also played up there. So obviously Todd was swamped. 1-2 pitch, called strike 3. 6 in a row retired. 4 strikeouts for Rollin, 2 up and 2 down for the second baseman, Haley Pop. So I told Todd that I would broadcast the softball games, allow him to concentrate on getting game ops and everything ready for basketball up at the gym. And it was my first experience broadcasting from right field. But that's not the fun story. The pitch. Taken high for a ball. Pitch number 50 for Rollin. First game, I want to say it was about the 5th inning. There was a slow roar building up. The pitch. That one's corked to right center field. Nobody's going to get to this one. This will be extra bases for Pop. Alexis Way gets over to it and holds Pop to a double. That would be the first extra base hit by the Cougars this afternoon, a double to right center. Comes to 2 outs. So now Betsy Parmley, who singled in a run her first time up, steps in. So this roar building up, and all of a sudden this F-16 at low altitude goes right over the field. DJ Cannon, the Dragon pitcher that day, check swing foul by Parmley. It's 0-1. She said she completely jumped out of her skin, but it was one of the coolest things being strafed by an F-16. Then it happened again a few minutes later. I love telling that story. The 0-1, change up misses high, 1-1 the count. That was on February 14th, and it was 74 degrees that afternoon last year. We barely had any kind of good weather this year. That's how much difference there is from year to year. 1-1 pitch. Foul out of play to the right, 1-2. I can still see that F-16 and hear it. Now, several texts right after that happened wondering what that was, because that noise totally blocked me out. That F-16 wasn't all that high in the sky when we got strafed. 1-2 pitch. Wouldn't chase the rise ball. Parmley, and it's 2-2. Todd had to miss it because he was upstairs. Now, he might have been taking pictures at the time. Either that or he was upstairs or back up at the gym getting ready for the basketball. It's popped up. This may stay in, but no, the wind makes an immediate right turn and blows over the Dragon dugout out of play. Initially, when it went up, it looked like Ashley Wilson was going to have an easy play, but all of a sudden that ball made an immediate left turn at the apex, or at its apex. 1-2 the count, or 2-2 the count to Betsy Parmley. Rolling into the wind, the pitch. A little bit inside. Parmley checks her swing, and it's a full count. At least I have full count. Scoreboard has 2-2. Scoreboard being ran from the dugout. Yep, it is 3-2. Because the range of the remote control of the scoreboard won't reach from up here. So they have to run it from the dugout. That's why we always get crossed up. A little slow roller right side. Wilson has it. Will flip to Shelby Felvis covering, and that'll do it for the Dragons in the third. Parmley retired 3-4. So the Cougars cannot do anything with the Haley Pop 2-out double. Head to the bottom of the third. Dragons 3, Cougars 1. Throw goes down from catcher Maggie Schutz. Dragons coming up, bottom of the third, leading 3-1. It's 2-3-4 in the Hutch order against Emma Horsch. It will be Alexis Way, Kiara DeCrane, and Marissa Rolland if anybody gets on Ashley Wilson. Alexis reached on a fielder's choice and then scored ahead of Marissa Rolland's 3-run home run. Way's still looking for her first hit of the doubleheader. Pitch taken outside for a ball. Barton took the first 2 games of the season series. That happening in Great Bend. Hard hit ball, foul just past third. Thanks to Todd Moore for correcting my pronunciation of the Barton catcher's Maggie Sheets. In Nebraska, that same spelling is pronounced Shoots. So sometimes it's all where you're at. Boy, that's a big old gust. The line of the pitch outside for a ball, 2-1. Right now, we are eating a lot of dust up here. The pitch inside, 3-1 now to Alexis Way. Occupational hazard at Fun Valley. Clear line has pretty much reached right over the top of us. So brilliant sunshine off to the west. There's a strike, and it's a full count. Alexis was headed to first. That's a no-no. So she's going to have to protect here. The full count due for Emma Horsch. 41 pitches, 23 strikes for the Dragon, or for the Cougar pitcher. That one's foul back. Horsch, a sophomore from Lyons, Kansas. Up in the box is Alexis Way, the pitch. Low ball 4. Leadoff walk. The second issued by Horsch. And that'll be Kiara DeCrane. She singled in the first inning. Hit a single through the 5-6 hole on the left side. Check down, and DeCrane did not check her swing in time. Strike 1. Of course, at 5-7, a little deceiving on that rise ball. It does have some giddy up on it. Pitch low and away. Runner goes to throw down. Not in time. That's a stolen base for Alexis Way. Second stolen base of the game. Way steals her 8th of the year. 1-1 pitch, slow one in, good stop by Sheets. So DeCrane up in the count, 2-1 strike. Marissa Rollin on deck. Dragons with a 3-1 lead. The pitch, way high, 3-1. So Alexis can be choosy with her pitch selection here. Ahead in the count, 3-1. Best of luck to those who have to battle the blizzard up in northwest Kansas and points north and west. The pitch popped up toward the Dragon dugout and hits the roof. Full count now to DeCrane. That was pitch number 53 for Emma Horsch. My good friends at North Platte expecting anywhere from 12 to 16 inches of whiteout conditions tonight. So I hope everybody survives that. Payoff pitch inside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks to start the third. And the very dangerous Marissa Rollins steps in. Already 6 RBIs in the doubleheader. She first pitch homered on the left center field wall. And left in a hurry. Change-up from Horsch is in for a strike. Not to Rollins' liking. She started the hands and then stopped. Slightly open stance for Rollins. The 0-1. Ground ball to short. Only play will be to first in time. Betsy Parmley thought about second, but didn't think she could complete the play to hop, so she took the sure out at first. Way to third, DeCrane to second, now 1 out for Ashley Wilson. Parmley was really in that no man's land. Do I take it myself to the back and get the force? Do I flip it to my second baseman? So she thought she took her sure out at first. Now 2 in scoring position for Ashley Wilson. Wilson popped up to Horsch her first time up. Pops this one up and it'll get back out of play. Try to block that wind. Those gusts are getting increasingly more difficult to kind of withstand. The 0-1 popped up. May have a play, but it's back on the netting. It's 0-2. Once again, my computer screen was headed toward the close position on that last wind gust. We temporarily lost video earlier in the game when a foul ball came through the netting and plunked the battery pack. But the crew quickly got back. No balls and 2 strikes to the Dragon first baseman Ashley Wilson. Runners at second and third. Went out the pitch. Spins outside 1-2. Next pitch for Emma Horsch will be her 60th of the afternoon. Up shallow center. That's going to blow back into the infield, caught by the shortstop Betsy Parmalee. In time the wind worked against the Dragons. A normal day that probably carries to center field and gives Alexis Way with good speed a chance to score. But that wind pushed it all the way back into the dirt portion of the infield. Now it's going to take a 2-out hit from Brent Stockman to do something with the third inning. Way walked, stole second, DeCrane walked. They were there with nobody out, and they're still there with 2 out. Strike called. Stockman bounced out to the pitcher her first time up. Brent Stockman now with 88 career hits. Wouldn't chase the changeup. Count even a 1-1. Brent came into the afternoon, a career 354 hitter for the Blue Dragons. Now with 88 hits with that game 1 double. The pitch. That one's hit toward the gap, left center field. It could have carried. It's gone! It caught the jet stream and climbed out of here. A 3-run home run for Brent Stockman, and that ends her 22-game homerless streak. And the Dragons lead it 6-1. That was a line drive laser beam that just kept climbing and caught the perfect jet stream and climbed out of here. DeCrane and Way score ahead. Second home run given up by Emma Horsch. And the Dragons now lead it 6-1. Pair of 3-run home runs. Brent's 4th home run of the year, career 6th home run. The pitch. This one's popped up. Sheets gives chase, but it's backing out of play. Not a ton of foul room at Fun Valley, but there are more foul ball outs here than you would think. Last home run for Brent Stockman, March 9th at Great Bend. So now she has 2 home runs against NOC Enid and 2 against the Cougars. The pitch. Strike at the letters, 1-2 to Briones. With that home run, Brent obviously extends her hitting streak now to 10. If memory serves correct, she had a 13-game hitting streak as a freshman. Briones slaps that one foul. Speaking of hitting streaks, Royals Whit Merrifield goes for the franchise record tonight when the Royals take on Seattle in Kansas City. High fly ball, left field line, hooking into foul territory, and it lands foul. Again, on a normal day, that's a lazy fly ball. That's an easy catch for Jaden Solberg. But it carried a little further and landed foul about 10-12 feet, but just about a foot off the fence. Briones does not have a home run this year. 1-2 pitch. Curveball outside, 2-2. last night with a first inning double. Whit Merrifield tied George Brett's franchise record with a hit in 30 consecutive games. That dates back to last year, obviously. 2-2 pitch. Another curveball outside, full count. Dragons have done some work with 2 outs today in this doubleheader against Barton. The pitch. This one's popped up, should be playable. In comes McCullough, and she can't catch up to it as it lands foul. McCullough may have gotten distracted as Briones was running down the line. There was no interference, but it looked like McCullough may have took her eye off the ball a little bit to avoid Briones, then lost the ball as the wind pushed it away from her. 3-2 pitch, called strike 3 inside corner, and that'll do it. But Brent Stockman, a 2-out, 3-run home run, snapped a 22-game homerless streak. 3 runs on 1 hit for the Dragons. We head to the 4th. Our new score, Dragons 6 and the Cougars 1. Top of the 4th rolls around at Fun Valley. Hutchinson on the power of 2 3-run home runs by Marissa Rollin and Brent Stockman have a 6-1 lead over the Barton Cougars. Dragons won the first game 7-1. Maggie Sheets, Brooke McCullough, Jade Phillips, 5, 6, and 7 in the Cougar order. Here in the 4th against Marissa Rollin. First pitch swings, popped up and lands on the roof right above us. Sheets singled in the first inning. Did not play in game number 1. Rollins pitch. Doinked her right in the helmet. We'll see if Sheets is okay. Pops right up and will take first base. That's good to see. Screwball from Rollin just got away from her. Broke right in on Sheets. Assistant coach Taylor Stoltz makes sure she's okay. We give the thumbs up and we'll get back to work. Now Brooke McCullough struck out for the 4th time on the afternoon to end the first. Took a called third from Marissa Rollin. First leadoff batter aboard for the Cougars against Rollin. And we did that once in 7 innings against Megan Davis in game number 1. Pitch taken outside for ball 1. Marissa Rollin now 3+ innings, 3 hits, 1 unearned run, 5 strikeouts, no walk, and 1 hit batsman. 1-0, slice foul. Dragons looking to even the season and conference record at 500. 14 and 15 right now, 9 and 10 in the league. team slowly getting its confidence after a very tumultuous start. The pitch. Little pop-up caught by Wilson. No chance to get Sheets at first. One away. Now Jade Phillips, the center fielder. She fouled out to Brent Stockman her first time, 0 for 1. 1 for 4 in the doubleheader. Rollin now pitching in brilliant sunshine. Pitch showing bunt that glances off the glove of Kiera DeCrane. That'll be a pass ball. So now we'll see how Tyler Gunnelson will play with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. A.J. Briones just a step in front of the bag at third. Defensively for Hutchinson. Ashley Wilson in tight at first. The pitch. Strike outside corner. Good fastball. The pitch. That one just misses inside. Not sure where. My vantage point, that had a lot of the plate, but it's called a ball. 2-1 the count now to Phillips. The pitch. Showing bunt, just dropped foul. Dragons at one time were 6 games under 500. At 6-12. Battle back strong. The pitch. Foul back again. That's not correct. Another foul back. Check that. It was actually 4 games under 500 at the worst point, 10-14. Two-two pitch. Wouldn't chase their eyes ball now at the full count. To Jade Phillips. Three-two pitch. Pop foul out of play. You talk about streaks. What about the streak that Baltimore Orioles' Chris Davis is on? Set a major league record 0 for his last 49. That also dates back to last year. That is a dubious record of futility. Pitch. This high ball 4. Marissa wanted that one. Kind of threw her hands up. Now it's first and second, 1 out for left fielder Jaden Solberg. Solberg struck out her last time up. Rollin working through the 8-9 people on the Cougar order. Right now you've got the Cougars down if you're Marissa Rollin. You don't want to let them off the deck with a bunch of free passes. Swing and a miss. Blue Dragon Baseball found that out yesterday. They had several leads against Seminole State. Ended up walking 11 batters, 9 scored. They also gave up 7 hits on 2 strike pitches. 0-1 pitch. Swung through that one, 0-2 very quickly. So you don't ever want to give good teams, and we do classify Barton as a good team. You don't want to give good team free opportunities at you. The 0-2. Curveball misses wide, 1-2. The line in the pitch. 2-2. Missed high. 2 deliveries. Popped up. This may stay in for Wilson, getting near the fence, and she does run out of room. But it hangs up any time at all. That's going to get pushed toward that fence. Want to send a birthday wish out to AJ Gooch, turns 11 today. AJ, the daughter of our wonderful athletic director, Josh Gooch. Happy birthday, AJ. 2-2 pitch. Blowing in, full count. Another big gusty wind. Just about to take my stats computer for a ride. So in terms of pitch efficiency, this 4th inning, not a great one for Marissa Rollin. 3-2 to Solberg. The pitch. A little pop, and it drops in. Backhanded flip to first is in time for an out. What a play. That ball was pushed away from Shelby Felvis. She kept her wits about her and then made a backhanded flip to first to get the out for out number 2. Phillips moves up to second, cheats to third, but what a heads-up play by Shelby Felvis. Nothing in the air is easy right now with this wind. Now, big batter to face and Alexis Sharples. 4-10 coming in, 0 for 1, and ground right back to the pitcher, Rollin. Her first time up. Shows bunt, but takes for a strike. If the Dragons get out of this inning and it ultimately win the game, circle that play by Shelby Felvis with a big red pen as possibly the defensive play of the game. The 0-1, high and outside, 1-1. Right now, Marissa seems a little bit dismayed with some of the calls she's getting from our home plate umpire. Just need to put that past you. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, good movement. 1-2. Now Rollins a strike away from getting out of the jam. Taking her time, now back aboard. The 1-2 from Rollin to Sharples, blowing away, 2-2. The pitch. That hitter, foul ball. Barely got a piece of the bat. I thought I heard it. Got the knob of the bat. Sharples couldn't get it out of the way. A pitcher rode up and in on her. And caught the knob for a foul ball. So once again, we'll do it at 2-2. Again, Dragons starting catcher Penny Luddick not in the lineup today. 2-2 pitch. Foul back to the screen by Sharples, and she stays alive. Pitch count now at 85 for Marissa Rollin. 53 for strikes. Gave up 1 of the first, a 1-2-3 second. The pitch. Hit down the left field line. Stockman on the run, but the wind pushes it away from her and lands foul. Bryn last year played a lot more right field. With the prevailing winds this time of the year blowing in from right, she's had to make quite an adjustment out there. Has done a nice job. Once again, the 2-2. Foul out of play to the left again. The pitch. Got her swinging on a changeup, and the inning is over. Barton can't take advantage. A couple of runners in scoring position. No runs, no hits, 2 left. Halfway through in game number 2, 6-1 Dragons. Kalen Schumacher lead off the Dragon fourth. We've temporarily lost the scoreboard. Up there it is. 6-1 Blue Dragons. A pair of 3-run home runs. One by Marissa Rollins, the second by Bryn Stockman. Schumacher, Felbus in the top of the order. Ullery here in the fourth against Emma Horsch, who's really not pitched that bad of a ball game. She's allowed 4 hits. Unfortunately, 2 have left the yard with a couple on. Schumacher struck out looking her first time. And now it's 2-0 to the Dragon shortstop. Schumacher, freshman out of Maple Hill, Kansas. Now 3-0. Horsch's pitch counted 75. Dragons really run that pitch count up in the third inning. The pitch. In there for a strike. It's 3-1. Scoreboard's got 2-2. But it is 3-1 the count to Caitlin Schumacher. Strike outside corner, full count. Caitlin has seen her batting average come up about 40 points over the last 2.5 weeks. So looking for her first hit of the afternoon here, but she strikes out on a changeup. That is now 1, 2, 3 strikeouts for Horsch. Going to bring up second baseman Shelby Felbus. Felbus walked and stole second, was stranded there. I'll say it again, you go back to the play she made at the top of this inning. Ranging far to her left, fielding a ball ticketed for right field and backhand flipping it to Wilson for out. That was a big second out. Marissa Rollins got out of the jam. Ball 2 to Felbus. Barton fans really kind of taking the brunt of the wind. They're looking right into the teeth of it. Not too much better up here at the pitch. Strike call, 2-1 to Shelby. Right now, my stats computer could be on Dancing with the Stars as many moves as it's making. The pitch. Taking low, 3-1. Shelby showing quite a bit of patience today. Sometimes she can be a free swinger. A couple of walks and the doubleheader. A couple of stolen bases to go with. 3-1 from Horsch. Strike called, full count. So Horsch works her second straight batter to 3-2. She got Schumacher to strike out on a high changeup. Now the 3-2 to Felbus. Into shallow center. In comes Phillips, but it's a shortstop taking charge. Parmley. She's got it. Not an easy catch. That wind blew it right back into the dirt portion of the infield. 2 up, 2 down for Taylor Ullery. 1 for 2. She struck out in the second. It's the first time she's been retired today. 3 for 3 with a walk in the first game, including a double. She singled her first time up in game 2, then struck out in the second. Ball outside, a little bit low. As Horsch's pitch count reaches 85. The pitch. Strike call. That doubleheader on March 9th, Barton batters had 6 home runs against the Dragons. Curveball misses outside, 2-1. At 44 for the year. Dragons now with 23 for the year. That pitch misses. 3-1. Strike in the upper portion of the zone, full count. So all three batters have gone full here in the fourth. And Emma Horsch 2 for 2 on retiring them. So we'll see what she does with Taylor Ullery. She gets on, it'll be Alexis Way. Hard hit ball foul outside of third. She tried the high changeup and Taylor just couldn't stay back long enough and yanked it foul. Jamie Rose's two young daughters, Taylor and Cody, in the attendance now. But to get the payoff pitch, loop foul over the Dragon dugout. So both starting pitchers have thrown a ton of pitches. It was number 91 for Emma Horsch. Once again, the 3-2 to Ullery. Didn't chase. They will check down. Are they going to appeal or not? Now they appeal, and she did. Checker swing. So a 2-out walk to Ullery. That is now 3 walks. Check that, 4 walks issued by Emma Horsch. And Alexis Way will get a chance. Way has scored 2 runs, reached on a fielder's choice, and then led off the third with a walk. She also stole base, pitched low in it. Good stop by Sheets. Strike at the letters. So the upper portion of the zone, quite prevalent now in this half inning. 1-1, foul back off the netting. Way down to the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Weathermen around here just can't win. They get the forecast wrong, go out half the time. People get yelled at, but when they get it right like they have today, they still get yelled at. So weatherman is a no-win situation. 0-2 pitch. Popped up. Let's see how far the wind pushes it. It's going to take it, or stay in fair territory, and it's caught by the third baseman, Alexis Sharples, in foul territory right at the fence, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We've completed 4 at Fun Valley. Hutchinson 6 and Barton 1. Marissa Rollin will work against the top of the order here in the Barton 5th. Carter, Salazar, and Pop, if anybody gets on Betsy Parmalee. 6-1 Hutchinson. They've out hit the Cougars 4-3. Committed the only error of the game. Jalen Carter 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. 1 called, 1 swinging. And it's a strike on the outside corner for Marissa Rollin to start the 5th. 89th pitch for Rollin, 57 for strikes. Emma Horsch over 90 pitches now. The 0-1. Pop foul out of play. Quickly, it's 0-2. This wind becoming relentless. Still comfortable out here. The 0-2. Curveball spins way outside 1-2. I have every contingency covered. I have hoodies and wind pants, and right now I'm still pretty comfortable in a polo and cargo shorts out here. 1-2 the count to Jalen Carter. Rollins pitch. Slice foul. Both teams are making the opposing pitcher work for their outs. A lot of pitches being thrown, a lot of foul balls on 2 strikes. That's got to make the head coaches happy, but the pitching coaches not so happy. Once again, the 1-2. Carter swinging on a rise ball, 1 away here in the 5th. That was strikeout number 7 for Rollins. She's allowed 3 hits, 1 unearned run, and 1 walk. She's also hit a batter. Now Salazar, the right fielder. 2-hit game in the first game. She's reached on an error and scored and struck out looking. 0 for 2. Strike on the inside corner. Delivery. Pitch missed a little bit low, and it's 1-1. And the Dragons played Pratt on Friday, not Saturday. Games 2 and 4. Still scheduled to play Independence here on Sunday, weather and field conditions permitting. Strike at the knees, 1-2. Just don't want anybody to show up here on Saturday and there'll be nobody out here. Maybe raining, maybe snowing on Saturday. 1-2 pitch. That one back to the screen. Rise ball that got away from Rollins. She's got a big smile on her face. Well, all 4 games for you on the network. It's a huge series for the Dragons. They can almost clinch a Region 6 spot. Especially with the sweep against Pratt. Pitch popped up out of play. Really got my photographer, Bree Rogers. Two to Salazar. Misses high, full count. I have now officially lost count of how many full count batters there have been in this doubleheader. I know Megan Davis went full count with at least 10 batters. 3-2 pitch. Grounder right back to Rollins in the circle. She fields and throws 2 away. Now Haley popped the second baseman. Doubled in the 3rd. 1 for 2. That's Barton's only extra base hit of the afternoon against Blue Dragon pitching. Beanie Ludwig not in the lineup today. An injury. More precautionary. She could have played. Jamie Rose just doesn't want to take the chance. Pitch number 101 is a ball low and in. 0-1 to Hop. Shelby Felvis at second base has been a part of the 2 biggest defensive plays of this doubleheader against Barton. Taking all the way is popped for strike 2-1. Go back to game 1. Barton has the bases loaded, nobody out. Nobody out, pardon the grammar. She takes a line drive that she should have caught, but it handcuffed her. She drops it, but somehow tags the runner. Ground ball right side, fielded by Felvis, underhand flip to first. We'll continue more about the defensive exploits of Shelby Felvis coming up when we return to the bottom of the 5th. Cougars retired in order in the 5th, 6-1 Dragons. Had to do a little personal fifth inning stretch. This old body's getting sore. Sitting through these double headers on these wooden benches at Fun Valley. Steve Carpenter with you. 6-1 Blue Dragons. Bottom of the fifth. Be 3, 4, and 5 for Hutchinson against Emma Horsch here in the fifth. Kiera to Crane to lead it off. The Crane's been on base twice, scored a couple of runs, singled in the first, walked in the third. Then she got to trot home behind home runs by Rollins and Stockman. Strike one to Key to start the bottom of the fifth. Pops this one up. Maggie Sheets, the catcher, runs out of room, and it's 0-2 to Crane. Winds easily sustained 20 right now, gusting over 30. Now the clouds appear to be building back in off to our west over the horizon. 0-2 pitch. Crane spoils that one. Next pitch for Emma Horsch will be number 100. Barton came in. Just a game out of first place to start the day. Now a game and a half out. High fly, shallow center. Caught by the shortstop. Betsy Parmley, and the wind knocks it down. One away. Now Marissa Rollin. Rollin, a 3-run home run in the first. She had 6 RBIs in the doubleheader. Now 12 for the season. Rollins with a laser beam shot to left, much like Brent Stockman's. Hits this one to center, drifting back is Phillips. She'll chase it down and make the catch 2 away. If you're going to get anything out of center and right field right now, it's got to be on the low line. Because the wind, anything up is going to knock it down. Very quickly, 2 away for Ashley Wilson. 0 for 2.
First baseman number 5, Ashley Wilson.
That one's lined to left field for a hit. And it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Be extra bases for Wilson. Ashley takes a look at Ben, whips it, puts the brakes on there. A 2-out double for Ashley. Now Brent Stockman.
Left fielder number 14, Brent.
Wilson gets her 5th double of the year, 7th extra base hit. Now Brent Stockman. Taken outside for a ball. Stockman now a 10-game hitting streak with her 3rd inning home run. She has 89 career hits, 6 career home runs. Pops this one up. McCullough and Sheets give a look, but it's out of play. One to one the count to Brent. That home run snapped a 22-game homerless streak for the sophomore from Overland Park. Very steady player her 2 years at Hutchinson. The pitch, a little bit low, 2-1. Climbs back in, lines this one to left field. That drops in front. Left fielder can't locate it. Coming around third to score is Wilson. Moving into second base is Bryn Stockman. It's 7-1. It'll be a single and an error and an RBI for Stockman. And that's career hit number 90. Looking into that wind, or that sun, excuse me, Jaden Solberg was hit right at her. She knocked it down, but that allowed Stockman to go into second. Wilson scores without a play. So it's an earned run. That makes it 7-1. The Dragons now with 6 hits. And A.J. Briones, the batter. She goes first pitch hacking and slices a foul off to the right. So Bryn now in a 10-game hit streak. 15 for 38. It's about 386. Pitch low and in. But unlike the first 9 games of the streak, she only had 2 RBIs over that stretch. She now has 4 here in game number 2 against Barton. The pitch spins outside a curveball, 2-1. Very quiet Barton dugout right now. That's ripped up the middle for a base hit. Rounding third is Stockman. Phillips throws, not in time. Moving up to second is Briones, and it's 8-1. So Briones drives in a run. Stockman scores. Right now, that is not an earned run. If Schumacher would happen to single, that will become an earned run. Kaylin Schumacher struck out twice. Curveball outside. Barton cannot allow Briones to score. That would invoke the run rule. The pitch. Strike inside corner at the knees, 1-1. Caitlin just doesn't look as confident at the plate today for whatever reason. I don't know if she had a bad BP or what, but she's just kind of fidgety up there today, more than normal. 1-2 the count. Good speed at second and A.J. Briones. Outfield shallow at all 3 positions except left. Curveball from Horsch outside for a ball. 2-2 now to Kaylin Schumacher. A1 Hutch here in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch. Low full count. Kaylin can get on. It'll be Shelby Felvis. 3-2, 2 out. The wind and the payoff pitch. That one's corked foul over the Barton dugout. Count remains full to Caitlin Schumacher. Dragons looking for a sweep of the second place Cougars. 3-2 pitch. Comebacker right to Horsch in the circle. Over to first in time, and the inning is over. But an RBI singles by Brent Stockman and A.J. Briones, plate 2. And after 5 innings, it is Hutchinson 8, Barton 1. Betsy Parmalee, Maggie Sheets, Brooke McCullough, 4, 5, and 6 here in the Barton 6th as Hutchinson freshman Marissa Rolland back to work. First pitch by Parmalee is fouled off. Parmalee an RBI single in the first. Grounded out 3-4 to end the third, 1 for 2. 8-1 Hutch. Change up, beautiful pitch, strike called, 0-2. 7 strikeouts for Marissa Rolland. She's allowed 3 hits and 1 unearned run. Walked just 1 and hit a batter. The wind in the 0-2. That one way outside. Ball and 2 strikes the count. It is now cloudy again, so that clear spot didn't last long. Pretty good cloud bank off to our back. Ground ball right to Schumacher at short. She scoops and fires, 1 away here in the Cougars' 6th. Parmalee now 1 for 3. Maggie Sheets has been on base both times. Singled in the first, hit by a pitch in the 4th. We were talking about earlier, and I forgot to get back to it, but the defensive gems by one Shelby Felvis, Blue Dragons' second baseman. You go back to game 1. Pitch misses high. That was a Cougars had bases juiced and nobody out. And she starts what becomes a fielder's choice 4-6-5 double play. A run scored on it, but that was the only run that Megan Davis allowed in the inning. That really changed the outlook of that entire game with the Dragons once going away. A couple innings ago, Cougars have a threat going. Here's a 1-1 to Sheets. Curveball outside, 2-1. First and second and 1 out. And Jaden Solberg hits one ball. Looked like it was ticketed for right field, but she fell this range far to her left, scooped up, and then backhanded flip to Wilson at first for the out. So instead of a run scored, 2 on with 1 out, it's second and third with 2 out. And Alexis Sharple strikes out swinging to end the threat. Here's the 2-2 to Sheets. Pop foul back onto the netting. After what happened earlier, we're all kind of watching that netting closely. We had a ball pop through at the top, came down and plunked the battery pack to our camera. We initially lost the video feed. Something that's never happened out here before. 2-2. Cranked long and foul. Still 2-2 to the catcher Maggie Sheets. Rollins 2-2. Change up misses, full count. There have been a ton of those today as well. Sheets out of Hoyt, Kansas. A sophomore. Slightly open stance. Here's the payoff. Pulled fair inside the bag at third. Brent Stockman gets over quickly and will hold Sheets to a single. That's the first Barton hit since the first inning. So a 1-out single. I think we're going to get a pinch runner for Sheets. And it will be Kaylee Peak, freshman out of Wichita. I assume that Sheets will re-enter. So just the 4th hit allowed by Rolland. First since the first. Barton scored a single run in the first. Took a brief lead, but then she took care of that herself with that 3-run home run. Strike called to McCullough, who's had a terrible afternoon at the plate. 4 strikeouts on the afternoon, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up. Rollins pitch. Pop foul onto the roof, and it's 0-2. Don't think there's any precipitation in that cloud bank building back there, but it'd be nice to get this game over fairly efficiently so we can get all this equipment packed up and get back home. The 0-2. Basically a pitch out, nothing happening. Ball and 2 strikes. Key was way outside, almost completely out of the box. She did have a foot in, though. Ball and 2 strikes to McCullough. Rollins delivery. Rise ball misses. Pitch number 120 for Marissa Rollins. She had a similar high pitch count on Sunday at Liberal. 2-2. Full count. Imagine that. Roughly about 235 pitches have been thrown in this game between Marissa Rollins and Emma Horsch. Here's a payoff. Pop foul back out of play. See if Peak will go, the pinch runner at first with the 3-2 pitch. She does not. Popped up. It's Shelby Felvis, the second baseman, is running away from her. The ball drops, but they'll get the force at second. You cannot give Peak any grief on that. She was in no man's land. The wind pushed it all the way back in. It glanced off of Felvis, but right there on the spot was Marissa Rollins to throw back to Kaylin Schumacher. So it goes as your typical fielder's choice 4-1-6 put out. Nothing is typical with this kind of wind. Now a runner first 2 away for center fielder Jaden Phillips. And again, you cannot give Peak any kind of grief on that. Pitch is a foul back. You can't leave the base too far, for if it's caught, you can just return to first. But if it's dropped, you're basically, again, caught in no man's land because the ball drops and it's an easy force. 0-1 the count. Pitch is a little bit low. Count evens at 1-1. So long, 80-degree weather. We'll see you again sometime next week. The pitch. Tied Phillips up, but Rollins couldn't get the call. It's 2-1. She's been a little bit disenchanted with the zone today. The first game zone was pretty consistent. This zone's been a little shakier in my opinion. 2-1 pitch, way high, 3-1. But still, right now, Rollins staked to an 8-1 lead. 3-1 pitch, lost her. 2-out walk, so the Cougars have 2 on with 2 out. And Jaden Solberg, the 8-hole hitter, steps in. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. So the Cougars have had these many potential rallies all day long. Ray Aguirre's going to walk out and talk to Marissa Rollins as the pitch count now at 128. And I think some of this, now that I'm beginning to smell it, there may be a grass fire somewhere in the vicinity because we're starting to smell smoke. This is huge grass fire weather. The other day I was talking about 3 years ago. In fact, it was 3 years ago to the day, and it would have been the Dodge City games, that the sky all of a sudden turned Mars red because of that huge grass fire down by Medicine Lodge 3 years ago. All that smoke had reached up here, high winds obviously. And it was the most interesting shade of red. It looked like we were playing softball on Mars. So the meeting's over. I think Ray wanted to give Marissa just a breath. Get a break. So it's Rollin against Solberg here. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 6th, 8-1 Hutch. Solberg struck out swinging in the second, grounded out to second in the 4th, and that was the aforementioned play by Shelby Felvis. Strike at the belt inside quarter. Solberg didn't think so. A wind in the 0-1. Change up misses high, 1-1. Pitch number 130, 80 for strikes. Slice foul. About 7:18 in the Central Time Zone. 1-2. Misses high, 2-2. A lot of pitches in this one, or a lot of pitches in game number 1. Megan Davis was into the 130s. I believe it was 134. 2-2 pitch, changeup, misses, full count. Marissa really hasn't gotten the drop change to work like Megan Davis did in game number 1. McCullough at second, Phillips at first. Runners go 3-2, 2 out, foul back. We'll do it again. And with that wind, Taylor Rollery playing we mentioned that in game number 1. That's really the first time I've looked out there. Taylor Rollery, the right fielder, very shallow in right field. Runners go 3-2 pitch, fouled off again. These two teams have battled one another tooth and nail today. And the Dragons have been decisive on the board, but both teams have fouled off a number of 2-strike pitches, making the other pitcher work for it. 3-2 pitch. Got her swinging, and the inning is over. Solberg strikes out, and the Cougars strand 2. We head to the bottom of the 6th, 8-1 Hutchinson. Hutch won game number 1, 7-1. They lead here 8-1 over the Barton Cougars, second place in the Jayhawk East. be Shelby Felvis in the top of the order. Due up. 1 run could end it here, or Marissa Rollin could go finish it up. The light's starting to pop on here at Fun Valley. Shelby Felvis, 0 for 1 with a walk and a stolen base. He has 2 stolen bases on the day, 3 for the season. And strike 1 called. Felvis was showing bunt, but pulled back and took. Pitch number 118 for Emma Horsch. One's bunted foul. Quickly 0-2. If this score stands or this result stands, let me preface that this result stands, Horsch will be 1-1 against the Blue Dragons. The Blue Dragons will climb back to 500 at 15-15 and 10-10 in league play. Barton will fall 2 games off the pace in the Jayhawk East of Butler. But that one caught the umpire. That's a ouchie. Maggie Sheets will go out and give home plate umpire a moment to recoup. Ben Whitsitt will talk to Shelby Felvis. Barton won the first 2 games of the season series, 12-11 and 16-7 on March 9th in Great Bend. And then March 9 game was a 12-11 game was a walk-off. Walk-off double by Jalen Carter. The 0-2 to Phelps just missed. Emma Horsch, 5 innings, 7 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks. The 1-2. Rounded slowly to second. Pop has it. Over to first in time, 1 away. Now Taylor Olery 1 for 2. She's had 7 plate appearances in this doubleheader. Has been on base 6 times. Last time up, walked in the 4th. The first inning single and a strikeout. She was 3 for 3 with a walk in game number 1. Hits this one hard to left. It's over the left fielder's head and hits right off the base of the fence. Extra bases for Olery, a 1-out double. If that had any kind of backspin, that's going to go yard. Olery with her 6th double, 12th extra base hit of the year. And that will bring Tyler Gunnelson out to the circle. Again, Olery can't score. We're going to have a pitching change. We will tell you about the new Barton pitcher after this break. Lefty Carson Smith out of West Plains, Missouri makes her 2nd appearance of this doubleheader. She came on in game number 1 in relief of Tia Cole. So Taylor Olery at 2nd with 1 out. She is potentially the game-ending run. She's there with 1 out. There's Alexis Way. Way 0 for 2. She has scored twice. Reached on the fielder's choice in the 1st. Walked in the 3rd. Maybe hard to score on a hit to center field. Fooled on a pitch. Way actually drops the bat. Way's last 6 RBIs have all come on singles right back up the box into center field. Center fielder Jade Phil is playing a very shallow center with this wind the way it is, blowing in from right. The pitch. A little roller along the first base side. Could be a tough play. Underhand flip to first by Brooke McCullough. Haley Pop covering. 2 away, but Ulrey moves up to third. So now Kiara DeCrane, runner third, 2 away.
The catcher, number 16, Kiara DeCray.
Key 1 for 2, a couple of runs scored. She also walked in the third. Takes a pitch high for ball 1. Ulrey at third, the potential game ender. Upstairs 2-0. Carson, 5'4", freshman lefty, West Plains, Missouri. Blue Dragon Volleyball knows that venue well. Little tapper, foul just in front of the plate. Just in case Key took off. Maggie Sheets let it roll foul. Once again, a shout out. Many thanks for all the pieces of information Barton SID Todd Morris sent me today. One of the good guys in this league, and I really do always appreciate working with him. 2-1 pitch. Little slow roller to the first baseman McCullough. She'll win to the bag, race to the bag, and we will go 7. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We go to the 7th, 8-1 Hutchinson. Once again, Blue Dragon fans, one more reminder, Saturday's doubleheader scheduled for Pratt here at Fun Valley, pushed up a day to Friday. And then Sunday's doubleheader with Independence here, still on the docket to be played at 2 and 4 on Sunday. Reason for the moving up of the Pratt doubleheader is potential rain on Saturday, possibly some snow. And that will also could affect the play time for Blue Dragon softball against Independence on Sunday. Keep up with all that on the Blue Dragon social media pages, on Twitter and on Facebook. 8-1 Hutch, top of the 7th. 9-1-2 to face Marissa Rollin, bidding for her 5th win of the year. The pitch. That's a bunt right back to Rollin. Fields throws. Shelby Felbus covering. Sharples retired, 1 away. Good bunt by Sharples, but Rollin equal to the task. Good speed shown by Felbus to get over to the bag as first baseman Ashley Wilson crashed to field the bunt. Jalen Carter 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. High ball 1. Carter 1 for 7 in the doubleheader. Had a single in her last at bat of game number 1. 2-0. Next pitch will be number 140 for Marissa Rollin. There's a strike. 2-1 the count. Lights have pretty much taken effect here out at Fun Valley. Switched on last inning as this latest cloud bank rolled through. That's a hot shot right through the middle. Didn't hit Marissa. It's the 5th hit allowed by Rollin. Now Nasadia Salazar. Salazar 0 for 2. Reached on an error and scored in the first. Swing and a miss. Several sports today being represented out here at the Valley. Pitch upstairs. Carter was dancing around at first, but Kiera DeCrane took a quick look, but nothing doing. 1-1. Foul out of play to the right. 1-2. Dragons 2 outs away from evening their record through 30 games at 15-15. The pitch. Low 2-0, or 2-2. That's upstairs. Full count. And there have been a ton of those today. The payoff. It was lifted to shallow center. Going back is Phelps. She makes the catch. Way and over right there, but Phelps makes the over-the-shoulder grab, and the Cougars are down to their final out. And it will be second baseman Haley Pop. A third inning double, 1 for 3 here in game number 2. I think Jamie Rose would have been happy with the split. She's out away from a fairly dominant sweep of the second place Cougars. Strike called to Pop. Tyler Gunnelson said he was real happy with the way his team was playing coming into this doubleheader. Pitch outside. Snap throw to first. Close play. Wilson dropped the tag down, and Carter barely beat it back. A little lower throw may have ended it. Next pitch will be number 150 for Rollin. Popped up, and it's going to get out of play. Dragons with 3 in the first on the Rollin home 3-run home run, 3 in the third on the Stockman home run. They tacked on 2 more in the 5th. High ball 2. 2-2 the count. Rollin a 6 RBI doubleheader offensively. The home run was her second of the year. 2-2. Ground ball slowly hit. Felvis flips to second, and the game is over. Another nice defensive play by Shelby Felvis. Dragons win it 8-1. They sweep the doubleheader with the second place Cougars 7-1, 8-1. We'll wrap it up right after this. Welcome back to Fun Valley, Blue Dragon post game. It's a sweep for Hutchinson. They defeat second place Barton by the scores of 7-1 and complete the sweep with an 8-1 win in game number 2. Steve Carpenter with you. The totals for the just completed game for the Blue Dragons: 8 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 4 left on. For the Cougars, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error, 8 left on. The winning pitcher, Marissa Rollins, she improves to 6-1 overall with her 4th complete game. Emma Horsch takes the loss. She falls to 6-4. Time of ball game 2 hours and 9 minutes. It was Marissa Rollins in the circle and Marissa Rollins at the plate. Down 1-0, bottom of the first. Marissa Rollins hits a 3-run home run, her 2nd of the year, and the Dragons had the lead for good. Fast forward 2 innings later, Bryn Stockman snaps a 22-game homerless streak with a laser beam line drive over the left field wall. That made it 6-1. The Dragons end up winning it 8-1 with 2 more runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. In the circle, Marissa Rollins goes 7 innings, her 4th complete game, 5 hits, 1 unearned run, struck out 8, walked 2, hit a batter in 152 pitches. Offensively, 2 hits each for Taylor Olery and Bryn Stockman. Stockman now has a 10-game hitting streak. Bryn also drove in 4 in game number 2. Rollins had 3 RBIs in each of the games. So now the Blue Dragons even the record at 500 at 15-15, 10-10 in league play. And this really does a world of good. Take some of the pressure off of the weekend with Pratt coming in on Friday and Independence on Sunday. My thanks to my entire crew for working this very windy afternoon out here at Fun Valley. Thanks to Selena and Porter. We'll talk to you again Friday afternoon from Fun Valley. Airtime about 1:50 p.m. Until then, Steve Carpenter reminding you of the final scores today. Hutchinson sweeps Barton, Jayhawk East doubleheader, winning 7-1 and 8-1. Until then, so long, everybody.